Hello, you. Yes, you. This is Usayome Sale from Ways Primetime. Now, we appreciate your continued support for watching our content, following us across all our social media. But we've noticed, for those of you watching us on YouTube, 88.5% of you who watch our content aren't subscribed to our channel. Why? Now, if you are enjoying our content, you enjoy our shows, and you want to stay updated on all things Ways, it's time to hit that subscribe button below. Now, subscribing isn't just for you. It's for the growth of our channel. It helps us get bigger and better. With your support, we can continue to bring even more intriguing and exciting content. How about you subscribing right now and being a part of our community?
Hello, hello. Welcome to another vibrant morning with us on West Breakfast. We're glad you're starting your day with us. As always, right here, we unpack everything thought-provoking ideas and dive into discussions that matter. My name is Omotoshola Shari Makin, saying welcome to the show on a beautiful Thursday morning. Hello, ladies. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Why are you all busting out in different colors from the purple to the neon to the black? I mean,
We're following your footstep.
why?
Yeah.
Why?
You said a bright Thursday morning, Abby. Cheerful, colorful. So we had to represent, except you, though, because black has never been bright.
No, that's the thing. But I feel like the light in you. Don't do that.
Thank you, Holy
Really
Spirit.
nice.
It radiates. So the other light of my body, other light of my system was making the black shine. Look at the screen.
I
Come
can
on.
see that.
Come on.
God's beauty for a reason.
God's beauty for a reason.
Okay. Your light is enough. Let's not go there. Band A in that light. Let's not go there. Anyways, how are you ladies doing quickly before we take a break?
I'm doing good.
Okay, so we really need to talk about something very crucial this morning. The issue on ground right now is on the ongoing light thing. It was the light thing that she said that made me remember. I've been seeing a lot of posts on X that before I used to buy light 25K, but now I buy light 50K and it doesn't even last for a week. Before, when I buy lights of 20K, my neighbor and I 10K, it takes us for as long as 2 months, 3 months. But now, before I buy 20K lights, before I on small AC, like let AC blow me, the light has finished. I even saw a guy, he shared screenshot of the amount of light he has gotten in a one. You were saying like minus, 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 minus. And it happened to me as well, because then I even thought I was losing my mind, because I've been moved to Bande a long time ago. I was literally monitoring these lights. Like, I would buy lights of 10K, only me. How on earth does it finish? I don't even have big gadgets, just my normal gadget, my microwave. Am I not supposed to use microwave again? Then I used to be a lover of toast bread, so every morning I want to toast bread and take smoothie, right? But now I've stopped taking toast because I cannot deal with it. Like air fryer, no. All this unnecessary sharing food, no. AC, don't worry. The Lord breaks is enough.
I don't think I can relate to the whole light issue because I'm not even at home to be using the lights like that.
Oh,
except
yeah, the
at
good
night.
side of the Lord. Top 3
Except
people.
at night when you want to sleep and charge your gadgets for the
And
next
that's
morning,
all.
I guess.
Well, let's take this break. We'll be right back after the break. Please be on standby. West Breakfast continues in a moment. a world where the voices of the youth finally get the spotlight they deserve.
Welcome to Ways Breakfast, the groundbreaking show where young minds unite together to tackle issues that truly matter.
We're flipping the script on traditional morning talk shows, and this is your chance to hear the youth speak out.
We're not just skimming headlines, we're diving deep into the heart of topics that impact us all.
From politics to governance, tech innovations, mental health, and trendy social issues.
We don't just discuss, we ignite conversations that inspire change and spark action.
Join us every morning for fresh, young, and vibrant perspectives
that empowers the next generation to make a difference.
Start your day right with Ways Breakfast, because when the youth speak, the world listens. Ways Breakfast, weekdays at 8 a.m. live on Upgrade TV.
What are the things that would make Nigeria an easy place to do business in?
I think the first place for me where I would start is actually brand Nigeria. There's something you said about made in Nigeria products. I remember many years ago when the sort of Buy Nigerian movement started, right? It didn't happen overnight, but there was a conscientious effort, right, to get people to think Buy Nigeria. But I don't think it transcended beyond maybe the fashion industry, that sort of, it was only in certain sectors where Buy Nigerian actually, was able to take root. But today, you don't have confidence that you want to go and buy a Nigeria-made car. I remember at one point when the ride-hailing companies, I don't know which one of them, there was a whole flood of those innocent, small cars. Yes. You don't see any of them on the road anymore. So somebody asked the question around durability. We all know what our roads are like. We all know what drivers on the roads are like. And people ask themselves, what is the longevity of these vehicles, right? You see really, really old, foreign brands still on the road, still moving. But these particular sets of cars, at one point, you couldn't turn to your left, to your right without seeing them. They were white, so you couldn't miss them. Today, I can't remember the last time I saw one of those cars on the road. And these things stick in people's minds, right, when people see these things. So the concept for me of what is the Nigerian brand, because that alone is powerful enough in the mind of the consumer to start to say, I'm seeking out Nigerian brand.
You're welcome back to the show. This is still West Breakfast. Hashtag what are you saying? If you are here to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Official Upgrade TV, click the subscribe button now, like and share the link to family and friends. Today, we will be discussing the topic body shaming in the age of social media. And now we are going to dive straight into our headlines across the globe. We bring to you headlines, bring to you different stories in and out of Nigeria, and thereafter, we jump straight into the conversation. Right now, taking a look at the Guardian newspaper, which I will be starting with. The major headline reads, inflation, low patronage hits online stores. Malls are made 200% spike in prices. There is the picture of a mall. There are different things there. Then there's a black picture that says big sale. Prices of goods rose as much as 200% in the last 1 year as inflation hit 32.15%. Minimum monthly cost of a healthy meal for an adult family of 4 persons covers up by over 35% from 22,000 naira 765 in January to 185,971 by June. The next headline reads, Kogi police sacks Randy lecturers as OAUTH removes office beds. The next one reads, over 21,000 apply for 7,000 Kwasek ad hoc jobs. Donation for Borno flood victims hits 11 billion naira. Bello remains wanted. EFCC insists less siege on Kogi government lodge. PDP crisis, Makinde backs and battle Damangum as governors NWC, which is the National Working Committee, plan sack. The next one says fuel scarcity, tankers drivers cause traffic chaos on Oshodi-Apapa Expressway. Zulum warns emirs against illegal mining, insurgency risk. CSOs worry over Edo Guba elections, condemn INEC's refusal to redeploy REC, which is the electoral officials. And the final one is on is the picture of Oyo State Sheyi Makinde, Ogun State, Oyo State Sheyi Makinde, Adeleke, among others, trying to commission a project. It says Makinde approves 41 billion naira for airport upgrade, the first presumptive tax implementation. And the story that picked my interest quickly is on the spike in the prices of goods in Nigeria as inflation hit about 32.15%. The Guardian newspaper reported that before, a minimum cost of a healthy meal for an adult family of 4 persons covers over 35%, which is about 122,000 naira, which means a family of 4 can feed with 120,000 naira plus in a month. Healthy meals, I mean good meals, for a family of 4 in a full month. But right now, they will need to feed with about 184,000 naira to have a decent meal for a family of 4. And I'm wondering, when we say that decent meal, it means that no luxury, no carrots, no garbage, no turkey, just Titus fish, no catfish, because catfish is not on the high side. You reduce the protein, you cut down on some unnecessary things. Oh, before, as a family of 4, let's make 4 derekas of rice. Now, let's cook 3. It's not about if you're satisfied, it's about if you have something to eat, and it's so sad. I mean, I really wish something else can be done, because I think I'm tired of complaining about Nigerian economy. I'm tired of saying, and the price of yam is this. Yesterday I got to this price. Today is this price. Or the price of a turkey for a kilo is this. I got to this the last time. But then, God bless Nigeria. We hope that things will get better. And if it doesn't get better, God will help our finances. God will make our finances more than all of our expenses. Let's take a look at the Punch newspaper.
All right, the major headline for the Punch says Edo poll. INEC deploys 5,000 beavers, 18,000 ad hoc workers. APC LP tackles PDP over Obaseki's 1 billion naira grants to market women. NAF aircraft arrive Edo with sensitive materials. World Bank to grant Nigeria $1.7 billion loan, says report. LASG records 300 domestic violence cases monthly, and private employers paying below 70,000 risk jail, says federal government. Above that, we see Yahaya Bello, EFCC besieges Kogi Governorship Lodge. And Cameron Dam, state plans emergency shelters. PDP NWC members plot Damagum's removal, and Tinubu may merge MDA's scrap humanitarian ministry. Very interesting story here for the Punch. I want to look at this one that says private employers paying below 70,000 naira risk jail. I mean, since we're already talking about the cost of living, the cost of surviving in this country, we have to always revisit that minimum wage discussion that was very key, earlier this year. Abi, was it earlier this year or? Yeah. I think somewhere around June, and that's so I'll read the story here. It says that the federal government has called on agencies recruiting for the private sector to adhere to the 70,000 naira minimum wage, warning that any deviation would not be tolerated. Before I go further, I want to confirm the federal government themselves that gave this rule and order, are they already putting it into action before, sensitizing private sector to ensure that happens? Because I know that in recent news, the NYSC, which is under the federal government, have not even kickstarted the 70,000 minimum wage. And now we're seeing attention being paid to the private sector. All right, it says, according to the federal government, the new minimum wage is necessary to address the current economic reality. Very true. The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Labour and Employment, Kaholom Daju, stated on Wednesday during the annual general meeting, and he was represented by some number, and said that it is going to be a punishable crime for any employer to pay less than 70,000 naira to any of its workers. I like how it's sounding, but I really want them to also lead by example, right? Let us see this 70,000 naira minimum wage even implemented in the basic federal government parastatals that we know. Do you understand? And then we know that eventually private sectors can follow suit. However, this rule is so key because we know what happens when, I mean, private sectors could have every reason not to adhere to the 70,000 naira minimum wage. They have every reason not to. But there's a rule keeping everybody in check, and hopefully, even though we know 70,000 might not do a whole lot, but at least it's better than 35,000 naira, right? Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, for core members earning 33K in a month, and not all their place of primary assignment pay. So which means you have to depend on 33K in a month. Throw back to when 10K can buy you food stuff. I mean, with 10K, you can buy rice, beans, spaghetti, indomie or noodles. I don't know which is the general name again.
Noodles.
Noodles, thank you. Noodles, a tuber of yam, or maybe plantain of like 200 or 500. And they will still be changed to cook small, decent chicken stew or maybe fish. So
Let this thing even kickstart with the NYSC scheme that we know. At least that one, you will see young people praise the government. You just give us 70K first.
Well, let's see how that goes. But I don't know how that the news that we heard of recent, that whole fabric, whatever that our first lady.
That's true.
How did you know
National Unity fabric,
honestly, Ashwebi.
Yes.
Wow, what?
It was designed by a lady in the University of Ibadan. So I think she was given like 25 million naira in cash sum to appreciate our prowess. Wow. So it will be used to celebrate October 1st.
I like that part.
I love the part as well.
25 million. I mean, that's like empowerment, right?
Yeah, but for one person, maybe she tends to open a fashion house and she will employ more people.
She could have done it all by herself. So that one.
Do you know there are more pressing issues that we need to take care of and not something like that?
Would you say that if you were the person that they gave that contract?
So now we are talking about the press. We are not talking about the
exactly.
We are not talking about the pressing issues we have.
Come on,
who would have used the 25 million to take care of Dangote refinery, so we can buy fuel for the first few months for as low as 500 naira per liter.
Do you get?
And that price of the Erica of rice will drastically go down. The price of
Obale
will drastically go down.
And do you know the interesting part? Don't be shocked that this girl in question or the lady in question that they're giving 25 million or whatever is probably someone that is related to them.
You will be surprised.
How far?
Take us to New York Times.
Oh, God,
this girl, we are waiting. We are waiting because it seems like you're sleeping. All right, let's quickly leave the African continent down to international space. But the last side of the newspaper, we have pages uses by Hezbollah simultaneously blow up. Lebanon blames Israel for an attack that is said to kill 9 and injure thousands. That's sounding so horrific, actually. But the right side of the newspaper, Trump is advised on Gulf security, more protection needed, Secret Service says. This is quite interesting because, I mean, for me, I feel like it's a political stunt. But again, since people want to kill Trump, yes, we need security, please. Audio, Secret Service. Yeah, they should, bring in more people to take care of our able Trump. All right, next to that, we have Trump makes board child safety changes. Bottom of the newspaper, from crisis of aging to silver economy is born. Interesting. Next to that as well, we have Harris will sit for interviews on her terms. Beautiful. Next to that as well is the last headline on the newspaper, and it says, sex trafficking among charges against Combs. So let's quickly touch on this sex trafficking among charges against Combs. So music mogul Combs, also known as Diddy, or do I say Puff Diddy, Puffy, there are just a lot of names that he goes by, right, was denied bail after pleading not guilty to charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, and transporting individuals for prostitution. A federal indictment revealed that Combs, a 54-year-old, led a criminal enterprise that abused women into practicing in drug-filled orgies, threatening them with violence or financial loss if they refused. The charges stem from a long-running investigation and include allegation of kidnapping, forced labor, bribery, and firearms possession. Prosecutors label Combs a community threat. And I feel like that's the reason why they didn't grant him bail, because, I mean, even the amount that he wants to pay them was quite interesting, $50 million. That's a lot. But
the interesting part of the story is the fact that they saw 1,000 baby oil, Johnson this baby oil
Yeah.
in his closet and loads of lubricant. I saw the video, I was like, oh wow.
Wow.
Oh wow, like
And there's-
8,000. You are not producing baby oil. You are not, even if you're doing moisturize my skin, healthy skin. You don't need like 1,000 pieces of them to do all of these things.
There are just a lot of things that we can actually see to hold him ransom. That true, be like saying that you really commit this crime, right? Because there's even this video that I saw when the girl he was dating as at that, I think 2016 or so, where he like in an elevator or so, how he beat her, drew her, started dragging her by the neck. That video actually make rounds on social media yesterday. So there are just a lot. But again, I cannot. What you say?
I hope it doesn't end like R. Kelly that has plenty charges on his neck, child sexual assault.
This one too, there's a lot. Holding him for sex trafficking, holding him for racketeering, arson, bribery, forced labor, and firearm possession. There's just a lot. And when it comes to this kind of sex business, all those other things need to be involved. You have to be holding, you have to be bribing a lot of people. You have to hold firearms just in case he's a kidnapper, according to the the part of the allegations. Because I mean, for you to force people to do certain things that they don't want to do,
you'll be pushing drugs as well.
Definitely, drugs too is part of it. But I mean, we cannot call him guilty yet until he's proven guilty. So let's just see how it looks like.
Thank you very much. Now let's go on this break. We'll return with our topic for today. You do not want to miss this. Share the link now and invite family and friends to join the show. We'll be back shortly. You're welcome back and thank you very much for staying with us. So as mentioned earlier, we will be discussing body shaming in the age of social media. As women, we've all seen or experienced the pressures placed on appearances. Social media has only amplified this issue. Recently, Nigerian actress Henshaw became the target of a Twitter troll who made a hurtful comment about her body. The incident highlights the ongoing struggle many women face online, where unrealistic beauty standards are often imposed and body shaming is far too common. In today's discussion, we will talk about how social media perpetuates these harmful behaviors, how they affect women in particular, and what we can do to combat body shaming. We'll also reflect on the recent situations involving Henshaw and other influencers or content creators or celebrities at large that suffered one or two body shaming at one point or the other. Ladies, over to us. I'll be starting with the Henshaw story. I will be reading out what really happened, how it transpired, and how the person, in a way, body shamed her. So she made a video, she's a gym enthusiast. Yeah. So she went to the gym as always. She posted, she danced with a gym person.
As usual.
Yeah, as usual. So she posted, energy never lies. No matter what, never lose your joy. Hold fast to it. You get why. Have a truly authentic ex-family. So someone had commented on that. Flatting Ash. Kate, Auntie Kate, this your match. Okay, I take that again. Flatting Ash, Auntie Kate, this your Thomas gym outfit, Give me some now. Someone had replied that, what a stupid backhanded comment to post. Real women lift each other up and not pass backhanded compliments. For the record, a backhand compliment is to comment what blurs the line between insult and compliment. Apologies to Kate and move forward. Thinking before and moving forward, think before you post.
He did disrespect her respectfully.
Respectfully, backhand comment. You look good, but no, you're not looking good. Your ass, but then, yeah, it's fine. I mean, that's like one indirect insult that you say to people. You just abused her body. You talked on her, and the next day you say, "I gym outfit, I find I should give you some." And that's audacity. Ladies, let's start. Let's start with our own personal experiences. Have you ever been body shamed before? Someone behind the scenes said, I have plenty stories to tell. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and ladies, I did not mention any names. I mean, this is purely guilty conscience.
Well, I have not seen any statistics though, but I really truly believe, saying again, that I'm not sure there's any woman on this earth that has not been body shamed.
I don't think so.
So I'm sure maybe if there should be a statistic, maybe 97% of women on earth, no matter how beautiful you think you are, you will surely be body shaming. What's even body shaming? When different parts of your body or how your appearance, physical appearance, is causing some bit of uncomfort now to the other person, and they just want to roll out negative comments towards it. So have I been body shamed? Definitely. And I think most recently.
Oh, wow.
Most recently yesterday. But it was, now that, that's the thing. Some people body shame without knowing that they are actually body shaming. It just comes out like a very loose comment.
Give me an example.
So yesterday now, somebody said, you now you're slim. And I know the intention of that person was not to shame me per se. She was just stating the obvious that I'm a slim girl. So she said, you now you're slim. But of course, if I'm coming from a background where this has been said to me in a negative way, I'm already defensive. I'm already thinking, oh, she's trying to shame me. So there are two ways to look at this. Of course, that's why it's good to season your words and know when to speak. They've already told us you don't need to comment on people's shape, how they look like, their height or their weight. It's none of your business because you don't know what triggers them.
So I have a diverse opinion. But the truth of the matter is, I'm not trying to talk down on you.
No, I feel you.
But how do I describe a chubby lady? How do I describe a fat lady? How do I describe a slim? Am I supposed to say, oh, the size 10 lady, or a lady, the size 14 lady?
Size 14.
What do I say that I don't sound condescending?
Why do you need to describe the lady first?
Maybe I'm trying to talk about it. I really do not know your name. Maybe I'm trying to, oh, look at this girl. I cannot remember her name, but she's chubby like this. She's fat. She has this thing. How?
It might even be close.
It might be.
even
There
be
are times that we
anything.
use. Oh, that girl that's always on a bob wig. It happens.
I think that one is more better than size.
I don't think it's
size
better
is a
because
more
there's this
sensitive
one.
thing. That's
Who
what
made
you
it
do not know.
sensitive? That's
Who made it
it.
sensitive?
We all made it sensitive. We all turned it to a sensitive conversation. I cannot describe it. I say, okay, Auntie Yellow. It happens now. Yellow Popo. Mommy Oyibo.
Mommy or rubber.
Mommy or Robo.
This size has
Right.
caused people to commit suicide just by being called chubby, being called slim.
Wait.
So if you know it's already a sensitive thing or that the society has made that way, I think it's very good to use your
Then
discretion
you've
in
not
another
answered
way.
my question.
So weird.
How do I describe a chubby lady?
Another, for example, now I just met God's Beauty. I know. Are you chubby? I think you're in the
chubby.
middle. And I want to describe her. I can use something else in the scene.
So
which I met
give
her.
us an example.
Exactly. Give
Why
us
this
an
tight
example.
spot? For example, that girl that does gossip gala by
No, let's
By 12
let's
or-
say you don't know her that much.
Oh Lord.
I don't know. You would think of something at the spot.
That's
See,
the issue.
I'm serious. You can think of something at the spot that is not related to the person's size, and you just give an accurate description. Yes, or you can use somebody she's related to. Do you know that girl that always walks with mirror? That's a description.
There are 1,001 people working
There
with
will
mirror.
be
Which of
They
them?
are trying to make it look like there is no other means to describe that person. That's what I'm trying to point.
no,
that there will
wait,
be surely another way to describe her without using size.
I feel like
I-
normally
That girl that always
we grew up.
goes to, that girl that's always
can I-
sitting with
can I
Daniel. That
talk?
girl that always. There are different things to use and
We,
not the
we,
size.
we grew up talking to ourselves. Mommy Abino, Mommy Afin. It was a norm, right? It was normal before people started to feel less. I don't want to say less of themselves because it's a very sensitive conversation. Before people start to raise awareness of, oh, you don't say someone is fat. You don't say someone is thin or slim. You don't say, but we can say ebony. Why are we saying ebony when I cannot say you are thin? When I cannot say you are fat? Why am I saying, oh, she's caramel skin, brown skin, ooh wee? Why? So why is that some conversations about a person are sensitive, some conversations about that same person are not sensitive? You're making my vocabulary difficult. You're making my thinking difficult. When I say the lady on blonde, you are like, oh, why are you saying I'm blonde? You are shaming me. You are.
Please, God's riches.
Jesus. So why I understand what you're saying, I still understand what she's saying.
Okay.
Now, how do we create a balance?
Mediator.
Right?
Jesus Christ.
How do we create a balance? Now, the truth is, when you say somebody is fat, you're actually stating the obvious. So it's because of many people have just used those words unnecessarily. That's the problem, right? So if there's no need of, I mean, this is how it should be now. If you're speaking to someone, you hear people use those words like fat, chubby as an insult. That's where I understand where you're coming from. But the truth is, you're actually just stating the obvious. Now again, is the tone. How are you even calling this thing? Oh, this person is fat. If you tell me I'm fat, it's not a problem because that's actually what I am. I am fat. If you say I'm chubby, that's how it looks like because I am chubby. So I don't have an issue with that, right? I understand what you're saying, right? Probably you're also dealing with that. Are you?
Excuse me?
Maybe, to be honest.
I'm very careful on this
No,
table.
isn't it?
Be careful on this table. But continue though.
So because I mean these are obvious things. Like she said, I'm on blonde, right? It's easy to say, that girl on blonde hair. It's normal. It is not an insult. This is just you stating the obvious. So why do people get pissed because of you are stating the obvious? Again, and I go back to the tone.
Yeah.
How did you say it? Was it necessary? You know, if you're having a conversation with someone and you don't need to mention this, why are you mentioning it? Why are you exaggerating? Why are you explaining? It's easy. It depends on the kind of situation and the kind of conversation we are having that will not make me want to say, okay, that girl is fat. Oh. Do you get? But it should not be from the place of you are stating the obvious and not from an insultive side.
But
Do you understand
know
what I'm
that
saying?
There is context to this conversation. You are talking about we conversing in a society where people's esteem will be questioned, especially when it comes to their size. You're not saying it is what is obvious. A JSS3 girl that is 13 and very chubby, that has people bullying her in class, does not know what it means for something to be obvious or not. She's trying to protect her esteem, and you're calling her fat. I'm trying to say that there are other ways to describe people without necessarily using size because it has already been abused in the place where we're in.
Now you're getting
Since it has already been abused, you have to now look for other options because there is nothing you can now use to, what's the word? I've lost it.
No,
Now,
now
take me to the next question so we don't drag too much on the first one. How do we react to comments like this? We as normal individuals, before we even go to the celebrities level, I posted something and all what you could think of is, oh, you and your flat backside. According to how she described, she used a more vulgar word, but she said a flat backside. The truth is, the person actually do not have a heavy backside. The person actually have a flat backside. I'm so sorry, but I'm trying to explain. No, I'm not trying to body shame. I am trying to explain this thing. I really do not mean to body shame, but I'm trying to explain.
Don't mind
you said that we are being truthful. You are stating the obvious.
Yeah.
So this person is stating the obvious reality. That is what it is. A cup is a cup. It has a holder. This is not a juice cup. This is a mug. Right. So I would not say because this cup can be body shame or it's going through low surface. It's a mug. So you can feel happy.
Feel happy.
So now, how do we now react to these things? Which is the next question. When anybody body shames you, or how do our celebrities, how are they meant to react to it? Because if we as a normal person, if you can react to someone calling you slim or anti pelebe or sissy pelebe or something.
What's the question again?
Okay. Ladies, your answers.
What do you think?
So, Isana, what do you think?
I don't know.
So, first of all, let's speak to this kid Henshaw thing, yeah?
Okay.
To be honest, that person was being rude and insultive.
Very,
because
very.
now, you remember when I talked about, was it necessary? It wasn't necessary, right? It's okay, she was doing whatever she was doing. You'd have just go ahead to say, oh, I like this, whatever you're putting on. And that's it. Right? It wasn't like she was having a conversation with someone that will not warrant her saying, no, Henshaw gets flat side. Do you understand what I'm saying? But there was no conversation. There's nothing that was prompting that. So why are you waking up one morning and the next thing you're doing is throwing that kind of, insult? So in that context now, it's an insult, right? Now, how do you react to it? Honestly, I would just, first of all, you should understand that, there's this, that I remember having a conversation with someone and this person said, in as much as the both of us now, we believe that we have sense. There are a lot of people that don't have sense, right? And the truth is, the interesting part is these people too also give birth to children, and those children too will not have sense, which is a normal thing. So so the truth is, not everybody would have sense, right? So when you see people insult you like that or communicate to you wrongly, the best you can do is, if you can speak to the person, if you want to, address the situation and say, please, in case of next time, I don't like this kind of whatever, you go to go. If you're like me, that will probably want to keep quiet for some time and probably, breathe in and breathe out and probably talk to her later. But say having to react, is, I don't know, according to, there's something I read, they say when you come to reaction now, you're doing more like emotional, and it might just take us to the bad side, exactly. But you can just respond, right? Which is well calculated. So it's something that you have to think about. So that's why I said you might just want to keep quiet for some time and probably just address the issue later, you know? So.
Me, I believe
Let's.
that,
I'm so
okay, a
sorry.
break,
Please
all
hold your thoughts. Let's go on this break. Let's take a tea break. When we return, we will now have a deeper conversation around body shaming, the reality and the social media standard, because they are two different things. Please stay with us. We'll be back in a moment. Glad to have you back. This is still West Breakfast. Hashtag what are you saying? You can please let us know what you think by dropping a comment on our different social media platform. You can also put a call through to us and we'll be here to listen to what you have to say. Our phone lines will be displaying on the screen right now. Please call us and let us know what you have to say. You're about to say something.
Yes, I'm looking at it from different points because if I am body shamed on social media and in real life, the impact of my response is going to vary. Because many times people on social media, I don't know any of them. In real life, it's possible that I don't know them as well, right? But I think for social media, I mean, it's usually a wise thing to keep mute many times when some of these things are said.
Silence is the best answer for.
The people who troll you sometimes may just be trying to pinch you in ways that they need you to react in a certain way, and then you can keep stretching it. It's almost like that impact that I want, that correction I want to cause might not happen. Look at the flip side, if it is in a physical gathering where somebody calls you out and shames you, the fact that you can look up to the person with, some assertive bold statements can already put some fear in that person and they'll comport themselves. But in social media, you're typing. People say, argue with your keeper. But if it's physically, and you tell me, Precious, you look so small, and I look at you firstly, size you up to down. There's somewhere in your brain, you know that, I think I've said something wrong, and you can easily correct yourself. Then I can use statement of, like you said, in case of next time. That gives me Igbo vibes. Like, don't try that again.
Listen attentively.
So it differs. If it's social media, I'm not really interested in responding to you because I do not know you from anywhere. You're just trying to pinch me in ways. You come and tell me in real life. By the time I blink my eyes at you, you comport yourself. So if it's in real life, you should learn to be assertive. I'll give you one instance. In secondary school, senior secondary school, I think SS1. God, I used to be so body shamed. I had to call this boy's name on TV now, but I wouldn't because I've forgiven him. So there were two of them like that. They were always body shaming me. I mean, let me use words that they will say. They will say Precious, like when God was creating Precious in heaven, and God was sharing this for people. She went to go and play or go and do something. Wow. That's why she doesn't have it. At first, I used to, just form like, I don't care, I don't care. There was one day I burst out in class and I was crying. Guess what? I didn't cry immediately. They said something that offended me. I waited till nothing was happening and I started crying. People were wondering why, because they call me Precious in school. Why is Precious crying? What's happening to her? One mumu again. I think some of these people, they don't really have brain.
I told you, I already said it.
Maybe she has a twin sister somewhere that is crying. So that telepathy. You see that some people that
secondary school,
they are dumb.
I'm sorry, that's a lot.
A lot. So I was crying. I couldn't respond to such a person. But I think when I was in uni, I don't think I was body shamed, any major occurrence but if it happened in uni, I'd grown more assertive, I'd grown more bold. I'll speak and tell you, excuse me, what's the meaning of that statement? Where are you coming from? Do you understand? Or if I'm not going to, there's a way you can be quiet, but you have said something. That's the thing. So I can be quiet and I've said a whole lot that will make you think. But I can also say something very short statement, polite, so that's gonna be about your life.
Now let's go back to social media. It is believed that social media is a wide world. I mean, it's entirely wild on its own. And it is also believed that we women do not support ourselves. The brotherhood is very strong, but the sisterhood is filled with hate, envy,
jealousy,
jealousy, among others, which means there's nothing like sisterhood or womenhood or does not exist. So the question now is, why is it that we women do not support ourselves? It's supposed to be women supporting women. We rise by lifting others up. But it is we, the same women, that will talk down on a fellow woman. I saw a post yesterday. The lady has flat top. She sells herbs for flat tummy. So she said she posted on her status and people were abusing her that you claim to be selling herbs for flat tummy, but your tummy is not flat enough. So she now posted a video showing her tummy that, okay, What do you people expect? Don't people want me to even have a womb? Am I not supposed to have a stomach? And there are some times that we as a lady, our body are so bloated and some of that. She said, I'm not snake. She said she's not a snake. That it's normal for her to have little tummy, but to be honest, her tummy is very flat. So, but people actually expect to say herbs. To see butterflies in that part of the tummy, and where the tummy is very, very flat. And I'm very sure that most of the comments came from females, because even the comments under that post was a few, are you safe? This is safe. This. Why is that we females do not support ourselves when it comes to body? You will not see a guy talk down on a guy. Fine, they do, but it's been in a very playful way. Because in the real sense, they don't even compliment each other. They compliment each other in a very nice way. Guy, if this is your shirt, Miss, I mean, take her more. They are trying to say that, okay, this is you look good in this outfit. But we females, instead of to say you look good, they say, this your clothes would have been fine. If only had a touch of little petals. If there's like a touch of gold, it would have been nice. But you want the clothes, you like it, but you're not complimenting. So why is it that we females are like enemies to ourselves?
Oh yeah, Luchi.
Okay, why are you pointing to me? But maybe because I'm blessed and I'm surrounded by the good
people.
females. So I might not necessarily, support that notion of women don't support women. I mean, if you are supporting that notion, it means that you have surrounded yourself with the wrong circle and find a way out. And also many times know that when people are saying they are shaming you or they are being unnecessarily critical of you, they are just projecting their insecurities at you.
I agree.
Then when I learned this in psychology, it made me really calm in my approach many times. Because if you are just so keen to know or to comment and say you look like this, you are really going through a lot.
Yes.
Because why am I the focal point of your life? Are you telling me that with this fuel price that is 1,000, how much per liter, what you can think of is why I did not comb my hair this way? You are really going through a lot. So many times, I try to look at it from that point and just like, I'll now pity them. Do you guys more like you are really going through a lot? But that's just it. They are projecting their insecurities at you. You know, the counselor yesterday that spoke, she said, perception is it many times. The way you perceive things helps you know how to now receive criticism that are many times useless. So you can keep talking, my dear. You are not okay.
You've not answered the question. Why is it that we females do not support ourselves?
That's what I said.
Because
there are insecurities that you are projecting on the other person. So it's not more of supporting yourself. It's internal. They've not dealt with many things in themselves. So they are now passing it on to people. It's a defense mechanism. I'm not okay with myself. The way I can expel that is to talk about how somebody looks. That's the reason.
In order for them not to see my flaws.
Exactly. That's the reason.
I agree. Because there are times that you're looking for more people to join your boat.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm chubby. Okay, let me see if chubby people. What about you? What do you have to say to it?
I think it's the growing up, actually. Because, I mean, the truth is, just like the therapist we had yesterday, for every, character that you exhibit or for every behavior that you exhibit, it actually starts from the house, So when you stay in a house where your sister is probably is more favored than you, or there's already differences, you're already seeing her differently, or why is mommy always giving her this kind of cloth because she's older and all of this thing. But when you are able to teach your children how to love themselves, how to appreciate things, appreciate your sister and all of those things, don't see her as an opponent or as an opposition, with all those kind of, I think, good training and all, it will actually help us get better. Because like you said, it's always seen from the women aspect than the guys. Because if there are two guys, you always hear, it's your brother, or you give your brother your clothes. Those there's always this good bond when it's guys in the house. Like they don't. I'm not talking about them growing up now. When they are just very little, you see them say, "You can wear my trouser now." You can, but when it comes to if you put on my skirt, don't even try me. Do you get?
I don't have sisters.
No, me, I have sisters. I have good luck. So I mean, I can actually tell you for free. I think it's literally when I started growing up more, like when I became more sensible and all of that I started knowing that okay, this person is really literally the only person that I have. So she can wear as much as anything. Do you get what I'm saying? But I mean, growing up, and I'm also giving you examples of because of the kind of hood I came out from, it's easy to know what's going on in the next person's house. Do you get what I'm saying? So where there are two guys, they can wear, sometimes you'll be wondering who has this pump slippers. You don't wear them. Who gets slippers there? But when it comes to the girls, you go not saying that my slippers, if you touch my slippers,
Yeah.
Do you get? So it's actually from the, the growing up and all of that. If the parents are able to explain to the children that, okay, this thing, I understand is your sister's own, but at the same time you can wear it. If your sister is doing something beautiful, tell her that it's beautiful.
Yeah.
If you're wearing something beautiful, your sister will tell you that it's beautiful, So when you teach children all those, loving yourself, self-love, understanding other people, not projecting the like you said, not projecting how you feel to others, in order for them not to see your flaws. All of those things, once they are properly taught, I think will get better.
Thank you for even mentioning that, because that was going to be my next question. How do we raise self-confident children? And how do we raise children to mind their own business? Because there are now two categories of children. Look at Annie Dibia's child at the time. She came out to say, oh, people are shaming her, she's fat, she wants to go on that knife, she's not happy, she wants to kill herself, all of that. That's one category of people. Another category of kids, rather, are kids that they cannot shush their mouth. Oh, you are fat, they are calling you fat. Look at the kids that called you names when you were in school. They were a category of children.
Yeah.
So how do parents right now, how do up-and-coming parents, people that will give birth to more, should they learn how to mind your business, be confident in yourself in one child?
Wow.
Panel of judges. So if I'm to give personal experiences, yeah, I think I've always been very confident, to be honest.
What instilled confidence in you?
To me, I would say my dad, to be honest, yeah, because there's nothing that just happens that throw him off guard. Even when it is a problem that you're looking at it, that this is a problem, he's telling you, I can be solved now. Why you? Come on, let's do this. Even when it's looking very impossible, sometimes I'll sit down and say, Papa, see, look, you are a superhero because, bruh, you have to be one. How are you able to navigate this thing without any problem? Like, I remember there was a time where we had issues with the landlord or so, and is that this guy come and rant, and the man just stood there, looked at him, and my dad has quite small eyes. That's why I got my eyes from. So he just looks at him. My eyes are small, and because of the latches, so you don't know. Yeah, my eyes are quite small.
I'll pay attention next time.
So he looks at this man. The man rants. When he was done ranting, he just looked at him and said, "Is that all? Okay, no problem. All right, just send me your account number, and I'll help you sort it out." And when he left, so why is that man making noise? Just making noise, gallivanting the whole. If I take him to the police station now, he's going to stay quiet. I said, Papa, this is not your house. So. Do you understand? So it's how he's able to be very calm in situations that, normal, if it's me, or mommy, I go change that for you straight away, because you can't come to me, because you're my landlord, and so you come and be making noise and be disturbing the whole area. I go change that for you, normal. But him was just calm, very calculated, and he's like, oh, okay, what is your problem, gentleman? This man just finished ranting, and you're asking me what is the problem. Like, guy, do you understand what I'm saying? So that kind of inspired me to be, regardless of the situation, you see me very calm, because I know, don't worry, we'll find a way around it, right? Now, that's confidence. Now, how do you teach the children how to, regardless of how you look, to be very comfortable in it and all of that, so that no matter who speaks, you are okay? The first, before we left the house, when I was quite small, I think she still do it, even though somehow now I kind of force her to do it, right? When we were very small, before we left the house, she would look at you and say, hope you know you're very beautiful this morning. I do that to my junior sister as well. Hope you know you're very beautiful this morning. Even though the way the slippers is looking funny, but you're beautiful. You understand what I'm saying? So if anybody's saying you're not beautiful, just look at them and say, if my mommy can tell me I'm beautiful, come on now. Do you understand? So I feel like that also inspired me. So even when somebody's telling me, I got to see you're short, I'm short? I didn't know. My mom didn't tell me that. I'm so sorry.
Wow.
I'm short, beautiful. Wow, interesting. Do you understand? And the fact, she has also taught me to understand that the truth is, okay, this is even my dad's philosophy, right? If nobody talks about you, you're a fool, because you have nothing to offer in this world. And it's the truth. So if nobody is speaking about you, just understand that you're not impacting on anybody. Do you understand? So if somebody is telling you you're not beautiful, understand that I'm beautiful enough to be disturbing this person. I'm sorry.
So how do you not train a child to mind our own business? It's our own business.
So because of you I've taught you all these things, right? Now there are some people you don't speak to. Because of I've taught you that you should be, confident, you should be like this. This is how. Don't expect everybody to be like that, right? Don't expect everybody to understand that they are beautiful. Don't expect anybody to understand that they are ugly or whatsoever. So anytime when you need to speak when you are asked to. and not speak. That's why sometimes I get offended when a lot of people are just speaking. I'm like, why are you talking? Like this, you don't need to talk. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you teach the children when to speak and when not to speak, I had this auntie. Oh, Lord. See, now I don't like her. But the truth is, whatever she has even instilled in me is something I'm still working on, right? I remember when if we are having conversations here now, probably my mom, my dad, and probably her, right? And probably what they're talking about is something that I know. If I want to just include my mouth as one intelligent child, hey, mommy, I know that. Can you keep quiet? These are adults speaking. Why are you speaking? Do you understand? So once you start nurturing your children to be like that, like my mom for no reason she will not tell you to keep quiet. Do you understand? But I said that my auntie, a lot. In short, that's why I think at some point I stopped going to her house. Nobody should come and tell me to keep quiet when I want to speak. Yeah. Do you understand? But at the same time, even when I get to my house, right, my mom will still tell me, see that thing auntie did. That's something you should learn, right? Don't talk when adults are speaking. You don't do that. You keep quiet. When they ask you to speak, that's when you speak. Not too much explanation if it's not necessary, right? So with all these things, I've just gathered it. I'm like, okay, this is how it should be. This is how I should be, and all of that.
Let's hear from Oluchi.
I'm going to put mine in very simple statements. However you want to train your children, you have to show them what you want them to be.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You have to really show them. I mean, if as a mother, you are somebody, your friends come to visit, you are always commenting on how your friend look. This your hair safe. You never change them. How many days? Right? And those children are watching you. Yeah. They will know that it's okay
they will
to
think
comment,
that's a nice compliment.
right? It's okay to, call somebody this. But honestly, that's just the truth. That's just the truth about life, because they already told us in psychology. I mean, the first 5 years of a child really determines how they will turn out and turn out.
True.
So the first thing to do is be that example that you want the children to be. How do you act when people come around you? What kind of comments do you give? Do you understand? And I learned that from like what you just said. It just further proved it. Everything you saw your dad did subconsciously was seeping into you, and that's how you turned out exactly. And I'll say so for myself as well. I think one thing I learned from my mother is the fact that she really minds her business.
Same with my mom
my
as
mother
well.
minds her business. I've never really caught her in drama. Because I grew up in the kind of hood where, of course, drama should happen, right? I mean, she will be there. In fact, I wish I could speak Igbo, but there's this particular Igbo she used to say, but I can't really speak it. I mean, apologies to my Eastern people. But, learning to mind that character that you already built will make me want to mind my business. I wouldn't see somebody that's probably fat and slim and I'm quick to comment. No, I've learned to mind my business because I've seen my mother mind my business. So you show your children the examples that you want them to be, and they will eventually turn out. And I like that one. You also said that you should speak good words to your children. Yeah. We've been seeing some trends on TikTok. I don't know if it's on TikTok, where somebody was saying that the way I want a man to love me, my father has already done that already. Taking me out, telling me how pretty I am. It's a cool thing. But
I always tell this to, I think, a particular person. I say, I grew up with love. All of this rubbish you're doing, I wasn't trained with this. I wasn't used to this. And there's no how I will condone your rubbish. I do not belong to you. You do not belong to me. Take it somewhere else. Someone that has your type of love. You guys will make it perfect day. Right. So I grew up in a home where my parents were together, my siblings and I were together. Yes, we do things together. We can share our things. Yes, there are things that I would find. I don't want you to wear my clothes. You're chubby. You would expand my outfit. But I understood the fact that it is normal for us to share outfit. Yeah. I also grew up in a home where if you don't bring Ivy to my parents, if you bring one, they will assume it's only for the father. My mom will not go. She likes to mind her business. Like she says in Yoruba, it means if, like, to me, like, even if somebody is drumming, if they did not invite you to come and dance, I will not even shake my head.
Yeah. Remember the Igbo now is Obasaragi. Is it your business?
So it shows that you mind your business. There are times that your mouth will be itching you to talk. Try to rub palm oil on that mouth and calm down. So don't talk down on people. On no circumstances should you talk down on people. And it's not only on their body, their outfit, what they do. Oh, your eyes is paining you. Oh, there's a time someone told me that I will just seize your glass and you will not be able to say, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Sharimaki, you dare not.
That must have been a trigger, because for you to say, like, daughter,
are you joking? Like, I don't get. So there was a time someone said to me that you have this, and I said, okay, am I supposed to be crying now? Like, the person said it in a way that I'm supposed to feel. I said, so is this where I get to cry? Or I feel bad? I was like, say, bro, I'm not dealing with self-esteem issues. I am not in that level. I grew up with love. I grew up with siblings. I grew up with parents. I grew up seeing my father being the head that everywhere goes to. I see him being respected. I see him showing love to even the smallest person, even the security of the house. So I would not disrespect other people because I also want to be respected. So that same thing should be instilled in our children. And we as adults, yes, you've gone through that stage. Otilo, but it's Kotilo. It can still be brought back. As a grown-up adult, try to mind your business. I saw a post on where somebody said, jealousy is normal, but when jealousy is getting out of hand, it's called witchcraft. Go to the nearest mirror, put your hand on your chest and say, I am a witch. God, rescue me.
No, but it's the truth,
God,
actually.
Let me tell you something else I saw about jealousy. Somebody said jealousy is not really a bad emotion, depending on how you use it. That jealousy many times is a pointer to what you want to be like.
Yes.
So if I see somebody that speaks so well and I'm like, what is she even saying? It's not really that emotion I'm feeling. It's the fact that I actually wish I could speak like this. So, like they said, perception.
It's an emotion, right? So it just, for me, I just feel like people need to understand that. It's when you not.
Let's make it your final thought as we prepare to wrap up.
Okay. It's when you not act on that jealousy. That's when it becomes a problem, right? Once you act on that particular negative thought, it's an emotion. It's a negative emotion, right, towards something. But once it's acted upon, that's where it becomes a problem. But being jealous over something is actually not a big deal. Now, my final thought would be people need to work on their self-esteem, because the truth is, me calling you fat or all of those things in the right sense doesn't. You're not supposed to trigger anybody. To be honest, right? It's something that everybody's supposed to understand that, oh, yes, I'm fat, deal with it. Like, understanding that this is how I am. Do you get what I'm saying? So people calling you fat or all of these things, understand that, okay, this is, if you just agree and stop living in that Dululu kind of vibes, you understand that this, even if the person meant to insult you, you'll be able to overcome it and this one is just being stupid. Do you get? So I think that's what people should just work on, their self-esteem.
Thank you.
I'll just recap what I said before. There are different ways to respond. There are responses that doesn't need you to be, because if you respond in a certain way that will trigger another comment, you might not be able to keep up with it. So I think there is wisdom in responses as well, especially when it becomes physical. You can see this person. You know, there's just a way to respond.
Don't react, respond.
My own pattern shot to be, there should be a difference between self-esteem and being defensive. Understand your self-esteem. Don't be defensive with your self-esteem. Self-esteem is unique. Oh, you are fat. Thank you very much. I'm fat. Let me say, why would you say I'm fat? This, like you said, it will prompt further unnecessary comment. So know when to speak, know when to keep quiet. And as a person, no level of body shaming, talk shaming, air shaming, any shaming of any type. Compliment shaming. Like you're eating late in the night, Abby. I know you want to talk about that. But damn.
That's on you, bro.
Why don't you take breakfast in the morning?
Can you imagine these people? These people, they are food shaming me now.
We're just helping your nutrition. I don't understand why you're eating heavy by 9 in the 9.
Is it heavy?
Is it heavy? Is rice not heavy?
It is normal.
Is it you're
I'm
eating
not taking
pound
Eba now.
Oh, but this is not in the 9. It's
Until
very
you start
wrong.
selling slim tea and it's not working.
So learn to mind your business. Don't talk down with anybody if it's not necessary.
Mind your business. Obasaragi.
Obasaragi.
Okay. Before we go, please do ensure you subscribe to our YouTube channel at Official Upgrade TV. Click the subscribe button now. You can also further interact with us via our different social media platforms. X, we're there. Instagram, we're there. Facebook, we're there. YouTube, we're there. Even Threads, we're there. Follow us now. And this is where we draw the curtain for today. Do join us again tomorrow. Tomorrow is our Tech Friday. I love Fridays. I mean, let's do this again tomorrow. Bye for now. Ciao.
This is Osayome Sale from Ways Primetime. Now, we appreciate your continued support for watching our content, following us across all our social media. But we've noticed, for those of you watching us on YouTube, 88.5% of you who watch our content aren't subscribed to our channel. Why? Now, if you are enjoying our content, you enjoy our shows, and you want to stay updated on all things Ways, it's time to hit that subscribe button below. Now, subscribing isn't just for you. It's for the growth of our channel. It helps us get bigger and better. With your support, we can continue to bring even more intriguing and exciting content. How about you subscribing right now and being a part of our community?